So Jonathan, what do you like about these Texon mics?
Well, I'm always looking for mics that sort of, obviously sound great, but also just sort of fit in great situations. And the thing that I love about this mic more than anything is just the size of it. So if you like compare that to something like this, do you know what I mean? You can just sort of see the relative size. And you know, there's times where I want something like that, but I don't have the space to get a mic like that in there. And the great thing about these mics is every other smaller mic that I've tried to use in the past feels like I'm compromising on the sound quality, whereas I don't feel that with these. So yeah, that's the main thing I like about it. It's this small, it sounds amazing, and it's even phantom powered, so I don't have to worry about additional power supplies and all the hassle that that brings in.
So you said there was two types of mics. What's the difference?
Oh yeah, so they've got two versions out. They call this one the Vintage. The one I put on the piano was like the original one that they came up with, which was the Stella X2, and then this is the Stella X2 Vintage. You can tell them apart because it's got more of a dark silver matting, whereas the ones over there are black. And the difference is actually subtle. I would say the Vintage would have a reduced top end. So things kind of like for the guitar today, it'll be kind of good on that in case there's like these wacky transients coming off of it, whereas the piano's a bit more refined and can handle that. It's also like when you have a vocalist, if you have someone that is maybe a bit nasally or something like that, I think the EQ curve on this is a little bit nicer than the other one. But yeah, I mean, like I'd take either in a snap if I had to just record something, because they're full range and you can adjust what you need afterwards. But yeah, if I was to pick the Vintage or the regular one, I would say the regular one is what I want, and more extended top end compared to the Vintage one.
So what are the labels on the back of those?
Oh, you mean these labels that I put them on? Well, so the really cool thing with these mics too is you can actually get a stereo pair that's been matched, that's actually been measured. I remember I got a sheet with the measurements showing how similar the two mics were. So on the stereo version, so like the ones on the piano and the ones I'm putting on the guitar, just sort of says stereo B. It's just so that I know which ones are the stereo pairs, because I have a few single versions of the mic as well.
What's your signal chain that you're using today?
It's pretty simple. Here we're lucky that we've got this great 70s Neve Class A old broadcast console here. And so, yeah, pretty much just taking the mics in, a little bit of gain. I might do EQ. I'm going to wait till I hear the player play it a bit. So I might do a bit of EQ on the way in. But that's it. No compression, nothing like that. Just sort of the mics through a preamp with maybe a little bit of EQ into Pro Tools. 96K recording. That's it. The rest is up to musicians. Great, man. Cool. Sounds fantastic. Want to come have a little bit of listen to the piano, see what you think? Yeah? Got these mics from TechZone.
Oh, right.
Audio products.
Cool.
These, we've used them a couple times with some vocals and things like that. Yeah. Come check them out. See what you think.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. It's crisp, man.
Yeah. Here's the mics just on the piano.
Feels totally different from what we were in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great.
And then with everything else.
So that's all the rooms and
The room, your mic open,
right.
acoustic mic open, vocal mic open. we should get some WD-40 on the piano bench.
Word. The mics are so good, it's picking up everything.
Picking up too much.
That sounds great, man. Sounds great.